Imagine this: a single tiger, known as the Champawat Tiger, once roamed the lands of Nepal and India, leaving behind a trail of over 400 human lives in its wake. This isn't the plot of a horror movie, it's a chilling chapter straight from our history. The story of this tiger, turning from a shadow in the forest to a nightmare for countless communities, sets the stage for a deep dive into a question that's both fascinating and a bit terrifying. Why do some tigers turn into man-eaters? It's a tale that's not just about the fear these majestic creatures can instill, but also about understanding the complex dance between humans and tigers that sometimes leads to tragic outcomes. So, buckle up as we explore the dark side of these striped predators, and maybe, just maybe, learn how to live in harmony with the kings of the jungle. Alright, let's break it down. Imagine your favorite hangout spot keeps getting smaller and smaller, and at the same time, your favorite snacks are disappearing. Pretty frustrating, right? Well, that's kind of what's happening to tigers out in the wild. As we build more homes and cities, we're moving into tiger territory, squeezing them into ever-shrinking spaces. And it's not just their room to roam that's getting cramped, their food supply is taking a hit too. Deer, wild boar, and other staples on the tiger menu are becoming harder to find, thanks to all this human activity. So, what's a hungry tiger to do? Some of them start looking at humans as a sort of plan B for dinner. It's not their first choice, but when the cupboard's bare, they're forced to adapt. This shift is a big reason why we're hearing more about tigers turning to man-eating. It's a dire situation, not just for us but for the tigers too, highlighting the urgent need for us to rethink how we share our planet with these majestic creatures. You know how an injury can make your day-to-day life tougher? Imagine you're a tiger and your job is to hunt down fast-moving animals in the wild. Now, what if you got hurt? Say a bad leg or a toothache that makes catching your usual dinner a real pain. This isn't just a hypothetical scenario, it's a reality for some tigers out there. There have been cases where tigers, once fierce hunters, got injured and found it too hard to catch their regular meals. So they turned to an easier target, humans. It's not because they suddenly developed a taste for us, but out of necessity. Like the case of a tiger that was found with a broken tooth, making it difficult for it to hunt its natural prey. These injuries pushed them to the brink, forcing them to make a tough choice for survival. It's a stark reminder of how the circle of life can take unexpected turns, especially when the going gets tough. Imagine you're a young tiger growing up in the wild. You're learning all the tiger essentials from your mum: how to hunt, where to sleep, and what to eat. But here's the twist. If your mum starts bringing you along on trips to the edge of a village for an easy meal, guess what? You're going to grow up thinking that's just part of being a tiger. This isn't just a made-up story, it's happening. Some tigers are turning to humans as a food source because they've learned it from their elders. It's like a family recipe for disaster. Human actions, like poaching or leaving easy-to-catch domestic animals near the forest, can accidentally teach tigers that humans are an easy meal ticket. Once this behavior gets passed down, it's tough to unlearn, kind of like trying to convince someone to switch their favorite food. It's a reminder that our actions have big ripples, affecting not just the world we see, but also the hidden lives of creatures like tigers, teaching them lessons we didn't intend to. Imagine living with the constant, niggling fear that somewhere out there, a predator sees you as its next meal. That's the reality for some folks living near areas where man-eating tigers roam. It's not just about the danger of an actual attack, it's the chilling effect this fear has on everyday life. People might think twice about heading out to work in the fields, kids' playtime outside gets restricted, and the simple act of walking home in the evening becomes a nerve-wracking adventure. It's like the shadow of the tiger looms over the entire community, even when it's miles away. This kind of stress doesn't just vanish when you go inside, it can seep into folks' mental health, making them feel trapped and anxious even in their own homes. It's a stark reminder that the impact of these majestic but dangerous animals extends far beyond the physical encounters. It's a psychological battle too, one that affects how people live, work, and see the world around them. You know how every town has its legends and ghost stories. Well, in places where man-eating tigers have roamed, those stories get pretty wild, and they're not just tales. These tigers become part of the local lore, their stories passed down through generations, sometimes with a mix of awe, respect, and a good dose of fear. Take the Champawat tiger, for example. It's become almost a mythological figure, a reminder of nature's raw power and the thin line between humans and the wild. These stories do more than just scare kids around campfires. They shape how people view the natural world, often highlighting the respect and caution with which wildlife should be treated. They also spark conversations about conservation, reminding us that these creatures aren't just legends, they're real animals that play crucial roles in their ecosystems. So, while the tales might be thrilling, they also carry a deeper message about coexistence and the importance of protecting our wild neighbors, even those with a fearsome reputation. Alright, let's tackle a tricky topic, saving a creature that can, well, eat you. It sounds like a plot twist in a nature documentary, but it's a real dilemma for conservationists. Here's the deal, tigers are stunning, important for the ecosystem, and let's face it, they're in trouble. But when a tiger turns man-eater, it's not just about saving the tiger anymore, it's about keeping people safe too. This is where things get really complicated. How do you protect a species that's endangered and also poses a risk to human lives? It's a bit like trying to save a piece of artwork that occasionally comes to life and scares the museum visitors. The key is finding solutions that keep both tigers and humans out of harm's way, like creating better habitats for tigers away from people so they don't have to come knocking on our doors. It's about respect, understanding, and some seriously smart planning. After all, every creature has its place in the world, and it's our job to make sure they all fit together in a way that works for everyone. So here we are at the crossroads, folks. It's time to step up and do our bit for these majestic striped giants. Think about it, no tiger wakes up deciding to be a menace. They're just trying to survive in a world that's shrinking around them. That's where we come in. It's on us to protect their homes, ensure they have enough space and prey, and basically give them no reason to see us as a snack. It's not just about saving the tigers, it's about saving the balance of nature itself. And hey, it's a pretty cool bonus to live in a world where these incredible creatures roam free, isn't it? So let's rally for their cause, support conservation efforts, and work towards a future where humans and tigers can live side by side, not in fear, but in mutual respect. After all, sharing this planet is a team effort. Let's make sure we're playing for the win-win.